Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing my very favorite color combo for you, a taupe, and it's E40, E41, and I'm going to bridge E43 and 47 to color up this adorable bunny. Now, I don't have my E44 for some reason, or my E45. I don't know where they are. So I'm going to be bridging the 4-3 and the 4-7, and that will produce those colors. I'm using Express It blending card with my Memento Tuxedo Black. Works great for your Copics. And we're using this sweet stamp by Wild Rose Studio, and it's called Spring Bunnies. There are three things that I'm going to share with you on how I color the longer fur, not the little stippled kind. And I'm going to also show you how I do my light source. The larger bunny is looking toward your right, so I'm going to be having my light source coming kind of from the front and from the right. Now we'll be laying down our base coat, and the purpose of that is to enhance the blendability. You will be able to blend much easier if you have some of your base coat laid down. Some people use colorless blender for that, but I do think it has a tendency to lighten your colors, so I like to use my very lightest highlight color. Now I'm going to be mapping my shadows with one of my mint tones. Just the areas that do not get so much direct sunlight. By his little nose around that, we'll have a little bit of a shadow. The back side of his head, and an area that may have some cast shadow from his ear and down under his chin. Now the three things that I'm going to be sharing with you on this will be, when we start to do the fur, will be to use the very tip of the marker. Use super light strokes, almost barely touching the paper. And thirdly, make sure that the strokes are going in the direction of the fur. So as I'm blending out my mid-tone with my E41, you'll notice I'm lightly flicking in the direction that I believe the fur would be going. And now we're establishing our base coat. Again, for a nice smooth blend, very light. Again, not wanting to lay down too much particle color. We're going to color the rest of the bunny kind of off screen, but you'll be able to see how the finished card will look. We're mapping out our shadow areas now with our darker mid-tone. Again, making sure that I'm flicking in the direction that I want the fur to go. Keeping my light strokes going and using the very tip of the markers. Blending out with my E41 from the outer edge of the darker color in. And then my very lightest highlight. Again, keeping that very light, not doing too many strokes over the highlight. Just getting the fur marks in. And again now, to recap, the three tips that I'd like to share would be: use the tip of your marker, super light strokes, and always do it in the direction of the fur. I hope you will try this blending or bridging technique. always touching maybe a lighter color to your darker color to be able to get something somewhere in the mid-tone. It will really help you as you're beginning to start your Copic collection, or the same thing works with Shinhan. It will help bridge those colors and help you so that you can collect different colors, and you can always go back and get the other Copic or Shinhan later. But bridging will definitely help you. We're just flicking out here now with one of our mid-tones. Again, light touch. And strokes in the direction of the fur. Getting those stroke marks visible, not blending those out, will be important. And on this case, I'm going to actually bridge my E4-3 with my E4-1 right now. What we would end up with would be an E4-2. Just a little bit of a nicer kind of blending of the colors, but still keeping the stroke lines in place. I hope you'll try this technique. It's really fun. You know, I have reviewed the stippled technique with you before and the colorless blender technique for doing fur, but the longer fur works so well with this technique. And I wanted to keep this little Easter bunny in light colors, and this wonderful Copic taupe color combo is just one of my favorite. We're going to put some little pink in the cheeks and ear, and I'm going to be using my E-tone on that, my E93, E95. Actually, on the cheek, I'm only going to use E93 and then blend out with my E40 because I really don't want it really super dark. A little bit on the nose, a little bit on the ear, and you have just the sweetest little bunny ever. I will be coloring the rest of the card off video because I know your time's precious, and I like to keep my videos definitely under 10 minutes. So, but it will be the same exact technique. So I hope you give it a try. It's an adorable card, not just for Easter, but for any kind of a spring card. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you just keep coming back. Have a great day.